problem is that with a lot of people is that you end up being stuck because the world is changing so quickly around you, but people realistically don't have a lot of time to learn. Let me now not only use what I've learned, but also that message to actually help others to say, look, you have to keep up to the way with your learning, how the world's changed, and to do things in a very different way. And let me help you. Even though I'm an actuary by profession, but moved away from that as fast as possible, and really had more of a knack towards the innovation side. Won a couple of discoveries, annual actuarial award, innovation award, and then moved on. Later in my career, became head of Disruptive Innovation for the Alexander Forbes Group, and in that period, it was the first time in my career that I had the opportunity to not work in a typical corporate, big, large organization. It was more of a skunk work than anything else. I was given the mandate to go investigate radical things in the world. I moved from Discovery to Alexander Forbes. It was still as an actuary there, overseeing their different products and solutions and helping them with that sort of background. What happened was that they had a CEO at the time called Edward Kieswetter, and he had come back from Singularity University, very similar to a lot of the guys now. They're going out and hearing the amazing things happening in the world. And he had been told a lot of the things that they preach is that if you have a large, big organization with a lot of red tape, one of the best things that you can do in order to innovate is to create a sort of skunk work, something on the side that's not inhibited by any of the usual red tape and all of the processes and decision making inside the organization, and try use that as a mechanism to innovate and rapidly create new products and solutions for your clients. So in that period, it was a time where I was outside of the normal business, operational mothership, and I was able to just have the time, the freedom, and the mandate to actually explore different ways of doing things, how things have changed. Whether you're an entrepreneur or you're in a bigger company, you're so busy trying to do your core business and make that work that your time, most people, the time dedicated to learning is very, very little. The biggest success was probably bringing in a partnership with a company called Degree, Degree.com. They're actually an edtech, educational technology company in the States. And something I was very passionate about at the time was that the number one way to help people with their finances is to educate themselves. They've taken the idea that universities are very old school, so you'd have to go to a place and learn from a specific individual who has the knowledge. They give you a daily learning to say what you want to learn, and it will give you, say you want to learn about robotics or blockchain or AI, or put it all in one place, give you daily learning. But the coolest part about it is that then it starts giving you a digital CV of all your informal learning. Yeah. And what it does, and the thinking behind that was with the corporate. So for example, it's the system being used by eBay and Tesla's. Hey, the biggest way for people to advance themselves is to continuously learn new things. And as soon as you do that, it's a different ball game, because a lot of people are going to be losing their jobs now, taken over by technology, taking over, by stuff like artificial intelligence. People will end up getting retrenched and losing their jobs. And it will be harder for certain people with freelancers with certain skills to actually make money with certain solutions that are going to be brought out. But you can actually educate yourself and stay ahead of these trends and actually use these type of sort of technologies as your empower to actually help you, rather than something that you passively sort of become obsolete by and be impacted by. Because I had those couple of years where I really had the space, the time, and the job really to investigate this stuff and work out how to apply it with sort of disruptive solutions, I really upskilled myself dramatically. All this knowledge in my head, but I need to start putting together into sort of some framework and work out how to actually help people, whether it be consulting, through workshops, or in one mechanism or another, or even just for myself to put some sort of framework together. I landed up writing a book, Exponential Potential, which was very much putting a lot of learnings of how to go about and grow a company from nothing to something a lot larger. It's not developing into something really, really amazing and powerful. What a help. all companies, all individuals across South Africa, as many as I possibly can. I've been through in the book, a lot of examples of companies like the Airbnbs, the YouTubes, and actually looked at their pitch decks where they got funding. And you can see there a lot of their business strategy. So actually saying to them and saying, look at how they positioned it, that they made sure that they were solving a real problem, and how they actually had a clear revenue path and how it was clearly articulated, helping around experimentation, around how to take something that's an idea and realize you don't have to spend millions of rand, taking that idea and start seeing if this could be a potential moneymaker and something feasible going forward. Make sure that you actually have a good path to market, a way to actually talk to your customers. If you empower the thousands of employees you have to all become innovators, to all become on the cutting edge of the way things work, then you are forced to be reckoned with. Your biggest competitive advantage is really your people. 100%. Have a bit of faith in them, and then give them the tools and the skills and the time to learn. Anyone looking to grow their own company, I would very much suggest this to. And I get the most benefit in terms of personal satisfaction from someone who is saying, I want to start up, I want to go now, and I want to create my own company, and I want to actually help and serve people by creating a new service. It really is an A to Z book of how to do that, with a big section of how to market things properly, analyze what competitors are currently doing, a big thing of how to come up with ideas, the mindset you need to have, tricks of things you can do on a daily basis, but differently, to really sharpen your axe, direction of where to learn things, how to keep up to date with things. It really much as a support tool for people that I'm helping and advising. I run a radical innovation masterclass. I love it. I love it, what came together, from an idea just being on a piece of paper. But it's amazing. It's just a way consolidated into a day to really consolidate so much practical advice of how to do things. I really felt that I've managed to put together a day's course that really has some game-changing advice and stuff that's practical. It's a fun day, it's a fun workshop. It's great, but I'm much more interested in making sure that people are imparted with knowledge that will help them throughout decades of their lives going forward. It's not too heavy. It's interactive. It's very interactive, and also one of the things, it's impossible in a day to give enough knowledge, without overwhelming people if you try to tell people everything. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, most people don't have a week to take off to spend with you. It would be amazing. You could spend or do over months to impart certain knowledge to people, but it's not feasible. So the nice thing is actually having the book to supplement it, to actually to touch on certain things and give them that core knowledge, to give them the confidence, and then the book serves also as a tool then to go examine it deeper.